Good afternoon, my name is Amos Tarfa, and I'm one of the curriculum developers for the Inspirational Math sequence. When you think about mathematics, when I talk to a lot of students, I teach mathematics and science in different settings, and one of the things I realize is you meet a lot of students who think, well, math has no use, or maybe all this math I'm learning has no use, so it has no application, and so on and so forth. And there's this discontent or this problem that people have with mathematics. And so you meet a lot of people through the years who might say things like, I hate math, or math is just hard. And one of the things I try to do, or what we're trying to do, is to help people see what math actually is and can be used for, and also just to encourage them and show them that they can do it. They can do math. It's possible. And so this talk is for two different groups of people. It's for those who maybe don't like math or think math is just hard. But it's also for those who like math and are good at it, but feel like this is just about facts and memorization. So let's look at these two categories, starting with the first important piece, I think, of creating any curriculum that would help kids to really enjoy doing math. I don't have all the answers. I'm just trying to find some of the things that can help inspire people to enjoy working through math problems. So, as we teach and work with students in mathematics, I noticed that it's very important that there's a logical content order, there's a consistent order, and this is provided in many of the US schools. The issue though sometimes is that students do not understand the prerequisites of the current topic or the concepts they need to review in order to do well in the current topic. I've met many students in different situations that think that because the textbook only gives 3 examples, that's all they're going to look for. But we have resources available. We have different websites and tools and all of those details. And so what we are missing, the missing ingredient seems to be sometimes people just don't care. How can we help people to care, and how can we help them to consistently care all through their math education? I would propose a few things, and again, I am open to a lot of discussion that would help us get to a place where we can get more students who are excited about learning math, science, and just learning as a whole. So, a quick example of this arithmetic section is if I'm learning about fractions, and I am told that there's something called the lowest common multiple, and that's going to help me. In order to understand the lowest common multiple, it helps me to know how to break numbers down into prime numbers. So notice that in order to fully grasp LCM, I need to understand prime numbers. But in order to then do fractions well and use the LCM, then I need to understand prime numbers as well. So prime numbers play a big role in helping us understand some of those topics, and we need to help children to learn that well. Number 2, I think the biggest piece and what my talk is more focused on is the history. We need to help people see the history of mathematics. We need to help people understand where it came from and how we should be grateful to people that worked hard through the years. And I will have a separate video where I go into detail about the history. But right now I just want to say, in order to inspire people to enjoy doing math, I think it does help to tell them the history. Where did it come from? How did Euclid affect the people after him? And how was he affected? How did Descartes influence Newton? How did Blaise Pascal do what he did? Where did these people learn these things from? And how can we learn and also do math well? So we will have a separate video just talking about the history of mathematics. The third thing is quite practical. Applications. In the applied math setting or topics that kids are learning, we need to help them see how it is applied in the real world. How is coordinate geometry used? How do GPS systems work? How do ATMs and credit cards and debit cards work? Let's help people see the application. How do doctors use math? How do lawyers use math? How do people use math today? So those are questions we need to answer. No matter how good your curriculum is, if you do not have solid study skills, if you do not know how to study, then you are in trouble. You need to make sure that you know how to study, and so we need to help students to learn how to study. And one of the things that I want to encourage students to do is to find books that do that. And there's a book that I've been working through called How to Be a Great Math Student. And in such a book, these students will learn the techniques and tools and study habits that can help them. So books like this are very helpful, and actually this summer and through all our summer learning programs, we want to help students to be able to use books like this, and so we will give it to them free of charge, and they can use it to learn how to study so that they can excel. If I have good study skills and a good curriculum, then I'm more likely to excel. And finally, of course, we have assessment and practice. But we need to remember that math works with other things. There's math and science. And so we need to teach people and integrate all that into an integrated math program, in the sense of teaching, I teach you algebra, but then I show you examples from chemistry, and I do that and help you learn how to stand and master principles in chemistry using mathematics, depending on what those principles are. And then, of course, enrichment. So maybe you already like math. Well, I want to encourage you to keep sharpening your skills, keep getting better, and keep seeking opportunities to teach other people. And at the Math Ambassador program through the Learning Institute, we're trying to do that, equip students with the tools they need. And this is just a prop I brought in, and you can think of it as everyone gets a toolbox in their math education. And all through the years, you're putting in tools. You want your tools to be sharp. And then when you take standardized tests, or when you move on to whatever profession or things you're going to use math with, you can have sharp tools that you can then use to equip other people. So I want to encourage students all over the world to take a step back and reevaluate what is mathematics, where did it come from, and how can we use it to encourage people? How can we use it in our different work settings? And it's a great tool that can be used by anyone, anywhere, to make an impact. So I hope that you'll go back and dig deeper into your math books as you try to learn the principles that govern the logical reasoning in mathematics. Thank you for watching this, and have a wonderful day.